via Zoom, the Anchor Thieves. What's up, boys? Long
What's
time.
happening?
Hey.
You know, I was thinking the irony of the last time I saw you guys was, I want to say it was 2019, December, when you did your 10th anniversary show at Little Harpeth Brewing. And the irony of that is that whole show was based around the idea of you being a band for 10 years and everybody getting together and celebrating 10 years and togetherness. And then a few weeks later, pretty much a few months later, boom, everything just goes away. It's almost like coronavirus was like, hey, 10 great years, guys, that's enough. And then it's totally stopped the whole thing. But it's weird to think about that, you know?
We kind of wanted to take a little break, but we planned a small virus, but it kind of got out of hand.
Yeah, I'd say so.
It wasn't what we were anticipating, and I apologize. I don't want to speak for these guys, but I am sorry. I didn't mean it.
No, totally. And it's funny, too, because I recall at that show you guys had, I've talked about this a couple times on the radio, you guys had a competition that if you could guess the closest to the set list, you'd win the contest, and I won, so I'm glad you guys finally lifted the restraining order because I'm clearly such a massive fan. So thank you for that.
We owe you that. It's coming.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we for obvious reason we got delayed.
No, I
recording that cover.
No, I totally can give you guys.
It is not forgotten at all.
No, I can't wait to hear it though. How has the last year been for you guys? I mean, you guys, have you been doing any recording? Like everything has been obviously pretty separate, but have you guys been together at all? Even?
Yeah, you go. Sam.
Thanks. Yeah, we managed to probably have a dozen sessions in all of the March to March that COVID was going on. And we would wait really for where local trends were favorable, where community transmission in Davidson County was really low, when we felt like we could safely do it, because we also weren't really able to see anyone else. But still, out of a whole year, we probably only managed a dozen sessions in person. So we had to get used to working remotely, working on stuff separately so that we could make it really count when we actually got in the same room.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're seeing a difference, man, at least up here. Like you're seeing a difference in bands that kind of took, like I had some friends who took the entire year off and did nothing. And now they're trying to jump back into it. And you can just kind of tell certain bands that have somewhat kept things going and bands who just like enjoyed, I guess, sitting around for a year, which is a nice idea in concept, I guess. But you're definitely noticing a difference of bands that are coming back. And I wanted to ask you guys something I always refer to you guys, like I always say the word underrated. I was talking to a friend of mine recently who I also feel is an underrated band, and he told me he finds the term underrated offensive, and that for 10 years he's been told he's underrated and he's tired of it. So do you guys get offended when I call you underrated? I'm not going to ever stop. I'm just asking.
No.
All right, good.
Happy to be rated at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. At least you're rated whatsoever. I feel that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like it's one of those things. Though it's an interesting amount of time that it's been, and I'm super pumped to see things somewhat getting back to normal. I mean, it's been one of those things I've noticed too. There's a disconnect with some friends of mine still won't leave their houses, and I wonder how long till we're all 100% back to normal again. I don't know where you guys stand. I know Paul was saying off air that he's been down on Broadway quite a bit, back to the norm as he calls it. But
yeah, I got shots. So I mean, shots.
Yeah,
Well,
dude.
he's a dancer. You can't stop a dancer.
It's true, man. Perch out with the Wild Horse Saloon, reservations for two. I feel that.
And make me dance.
Yeah, no, I've had several drinks today. Actually, we had in the park across the street a little get together with the neighbors. It was nice.
Nice.
A little outdoor vaccinated fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all got shots, and that's what we were supposed to be waiting for, right? So
Yeah.
we kind of we have to. I haven't heard that they don't work yet.
Yeah.
So we got to assume that they do, and try and get back to, a little bit more normal.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Nice.
Have you guys all three been vaccinated?
Yeah, dude.
That explains why you guys are all so bright and I'm so dark. I haven't done it yet. Look at me. This is what happens. I need that glow.
Yeah.
I need that
come
glow.
over to the light. It's a big deal.
I pushed over so many old people to get my shot. I was just like, no more.
Yeah.
I gotta get it.
I got to play shows. You don't understand. I got shows to play.
Yeah, the shows are a big deal, and I think our other main motivator was getting to do an in studio and hang out with you again, Andy.
Yeah. You know, I haven't heard any word as far as like when we can have. I probably could have guests. I guess back at this point, no one's really told me I can or can't. But they were really strict for a long time, so I started doing this whole thing, which actually works out good because it goes straight to YouTube and all those sort of things. You know, what's funny is I flew. In the middle of July, I flew to Alaska to play some shows. I was drummer for a band called Framing Hanley, and it was awesome. Like life was still pretty normal up there at the time, like pretty low numbers, and they were like big festivals. It felt kind of weird. We were all sitting backstage with our masks on, and the crowd was just crowd surfing and stuff. But on the plane, it was the best time to fly because no one could sit next to you. So I'm sitting on the plane, and it was like a red eye. And in Alaska, you can have edibles that you can legally buy them, so I can legally say this. But so I had some edibles before my flight, and so I get on the flight, and they have free movies, and I wanted to watch Annabelle Comes Home. I had never seen it, and so this mom is sitting up to the angle of me, and this little boy, we're talking like maybe 9. He's like, "Oh, Annabelle Comes Home," scoots over and lays his head on my shoulder, and the mom was like Kyle. Did you ask that young man if he's scared of coronavirus? Like, you can't just go up to him. And I was like, ma'am, I'm terrified of COVID. Please get your kid. I wasn't, but I was like, what is this? What is this? This is the best thing about flying.
Get your boy. Get your boy.
Yeah, even if you didn't care, I would have used it as an excuse.
Oh, totally.
Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
and it's funny how that was like reverse stranger danger. The middle-aged man was terrified of the child. It's very, very strange.
That's
You must be
hilarious.
giving off dad vibes these days,
Yeah.
man. What's going on?
I really do. It's the middle-aged thing, guys. Everyone just wants to hug me. It's the weirdest thing. Kids love me now. It's very strange.
We were, like offering you Starburst.
All the time. Yeah, get in my van. All the time. Well, one of the new segments I do, boys, on the show is it's one of the most it's supposed to be the thing you never should do, and having been interviewed my entire life with different bands too, I understand it. But the carnal sin of asking about lyrics and what they mean. So I have a new segment called Andy Asks. So I guess this would go to Casey. So the song "Long Way Out," love that song. There's a line in the song where you say, "Maybe the sex gods have a purpose to keep me around." Explain that lyric if you would not mind.
Okay, that song is written from both perspectives of the cold drop relationship. So I'm not going to call anymore. And my experiences have been very nonchalant relationships. So they're kind of hookup relationships. Like, so that's kind of the point. It's like, well, maybe I'll get a call again. Because maybe this is at least still valuable. This part of the relationship. So that's kind of the crux of that song, I guess, is the hard part about breaking up with somebody you're not really even in a relationship with. No, I don't know. A lot of folks haven't experienced that, but I guess obviously now, married and happy, but for a very long time I was quite nonchalant. I wasn't a really settle down kind of guy. So yeah, a lot of those types of experiences of awkward, are we, aren't we?
I love it. That's a great song, by the way. One of my favorite ones. I would have to say of all the Anchor Thieves stuff. And that was the last new release I believe you guys put out right before everything kind of shut down. It was that dual single you guys put out at your 10th anniversary show. And I played it a lot on the show. And for being a slow song, you guys have this ability where you can have really slow songs that the hardcore Buzz listeners just love. Like the request lines, like drunk dudes. There's a guy that always calls me and says he's always in his garage and his radio's broken and only turns up to 3 so he can barely hear it, but he's like a metalhead. But he always would call asking about you guys when I would play that song. And Fuselage had the exact same response as well. So it's cool. I think it's a testament. Fuselage had the same reaction.
Which one?
Am I saying it wrong?
We have an inside joke about that.
Am I saying it wrong?
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
It's fuselage, Paul. It's
Oh,
fuselage.
no.
Fuselage.
You guys,
Fuselage.
yeah,
okay.
You're mocking my Midwestern accent, Paul. How dare you?
No. We're not at all. We're being stupid in front of the public.
No, I love it. So, fuselage. Okay. No, that's fine. I can edit this. So, like, what is Paul making fun of? I have no idea.
I've made that dumbass joke for years.
I love it. Fuselage. No, I love it. Well, boys, I'm glad you're here. I want to talk about this new song, too, The Weekend, which Simon sent me the song, and it sounds amazing. When are you guys thinking to get that tune out? What's the rest of 2021 looking like for the Anchor Thieves?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, we're psyched. We're hoping to get 2 singles out, one for each new record because we're putting out 2 on June 11th. So right there, second week of June, get a couple singles out, and then hopefully have both the records out middle of September.
Love it. And maybe some shows. Maybe if things are good, some shows.
Oh, we can't wait, man. We're psyched for shows. We've got shots. We're ready to book. We're just waiting really to sort of see what gets moving with shows right now. Not hearing from a lot of people. Doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of action. Maybe the venues are a little tentative too, at least some of them. But we're ready.
I love that. Well, boys, since you're here, one more thing. We definitely got to play the 5 random question game. We haven't done that in a long time. So you guys down to play?
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
Always.
Question number 1 with the Anchor Thieves on the local buzz. So, Paul, you probably already saw this with the way you always go down to Broadway. But a Taco Bell Cantina opened up down on Broadway and 2nd Ave. Do you guys know what that is? It's like a
They
bar.
serve food.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask you, no thanks or hell yes, vodka Baja Blast.
Actually, I go with the Baja Blast Sunrise.
Ooh.
And it rules. Yeah.
I like it.
Every time.
Yeah. What about you? What are you thinking, Simon? I know you'll be down there.
Add tequila to what Paul said.
Nice. I love it. Just dip the taco in there. Very cool.
I'm going to say no thanks and just stick with just tequila.
Yeah, that sounds good. Like a man's drink. I like that. Question number 2 with the Anchor Thieves. You guys see this about a woman who reported that her baby was born and the hospital messed up and accidentally, I kid you not, named the baby Corn with a K. This is a real story.
Nice.
So apparently she's trying to get some sort of thing to get it changed. I think he's the luckiest kid alive. As a 90s kid, I think that. But I want to ask you a question. This baby named Corn is going to live like a freak on a leash with a name like that? Or that baby has got the life with a name like that?
That depends. Is the baby blind?
I don't know. Probably.
Daddy issues, I think.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, probably some daddy issues.
He'll definitely
Does
be
he have really white hair and maybe red glowy eyes? Because
Yeah. An eyebrow ring.
maybe they just misspelled it.
Little baby Jinko pants. Question number 3 with the Anchor Thieves on the local buzz. My buddy Bootleg Dad sends me all these cool bootlegs all the time. I'm sure you guys follow him on Twitter. And he always will send me the coolest bootlegs. He recently sent me one of like the Eagles rehearsing in 76. It actually has Hotel California before it was called Hotel California. It's amazing. I wanted to ask you if there was one band you could get a bootleg from any time period of their existence, what would it be? And if you say Cavo, send me your email address. I'll send it right to you.
So these are probably out there, and it just proves that I'm not as big a nerd as I should be. But I heard that Floyd played Dark Side of the Moon for an entire year on tour before they recorded that record. And so one of those Floyd shows with the early Dark Side of the Moon stuff sort of in evolution, that would be me.
Yeah, that'd be great. What about you guys? What about you, Casey? What are you thinking?
I would love to hear what Devo was thinking. Like, what are their demos like?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know what the recordings are like, and I love them, but especially those first couple of albums, I'd love to hear their demos.
Yeah, absolutely. What about you?
Devo's demos.
I love that. What about you,
My
Paul?
biggest ones would have been the Beatles and Weezer, and they're both out there. Like, I have all that stuff.
Nice.
Joys of my life. So like all that anthology Beatles stuff, and then the mega deluxe whatever edition of Pinkerton that came out with that had all the like songs from the Black Hole and all that on it. Those were big for me.
Love it.
They're
Question
out
number.
there.
I love that.
'em.
I was thinking Jim Blossoms with Paul on bass. That's a bootleg we got to find. You know there's one out there. You know
I
there's
got some
one.
video.
Yeah, you know there's some out there.
That's a real deep cut.
Yeah, it's real deep.
Not a lot of demand for that, but yeah.
Question number 4 with the Anchor Thieves. A few weeks back, I was in the studio drumming, and I've been drumming for my entire life, and I hit the drums pretty hard, but for some reason I chipped a tooth while I was drumming. So my question to you guys, I was just apparently biting down and just beating my demons out, I guess, in my dungeon here. But I wanted to ask you guys, the question is, I was rocking too hard or I was rocking just hard enough?
Not hard enough.
I still have some teeth left.
Yeah, I don't
Concur.
see any. I can't even see the chip.
I thought you were a drummer.
Yeah. Yeah, the fact that you can even talk right now.
Yeah, how are you not in a
hard
wheelchair? You're not a drummer. It's ridiculous. And the final question number 5 with the Anchor Thieves, which I guess would be a question for Casey or maybe Paul, because you're up in the front, probably have a microphone as well too. So everything is back to normal. You finally get to play a show. You walk out onto that stage. It's a sold-out show. You see me sitting at the bar sipping on a Baja Blast spiked with tequila. But you walk out on the stage. What's the first thing you say, Casey, to the crowd? It's your first show back. First words out of your mouth.
What are you
Thank
people
God for
doing here?
Dolly Parton.
I was hoping you'd be like, this is Andy Herrin's cover he requested. Let's go, and just rock into it.
Yeah. Hocus, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I love it. Well, boys, the Anchor Thieves, it's an honor to have you here. I cannot wait until the world gets back to normal and you guys can come in here. We can all take a cool selfie in front of the board again. Because I feel like there's nothing cooler than a bunch of dudes our age taking selfies, and I miss doing that with you guys. It's been a minute.
You're right.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, way too long. But we're going to definitely, when the new song's ready, send it my way. We'll definitely add it on. When shows come up, you have you guys come up. It'll be a fun time. And until then, Anchor Thieves, I will see you boys soon.
Great chatting with you.